Solana outage, yes, it happened, but the price completely rebounded. We're going to share some memes regarding that. We're also going to talk short and open interest regarding XRP and XLM, along with long interest. Now, if you want to be able to do all this stuff yourself, I'm going to have everything linked down below so that you can check these charts out whenever you want. Might even straighten out the pictures if enough people comment about it. Como esta, my dudes and dudettes? Let's learn some crypto and have some fun. Autistic Penguin 33 starts off and says, you know, I don't like this guy. He's talking about me. He's probably the most unlikable person in crypto YouTube. But none of that matters because I respect him for keeping it real and not being paid to say stuff. That seriously means a lot. To be able to read a comment like that out loud. And like, I will try not to get emotional, but I really do believe in free speech and free thought. And for Autistic Penguin to feel comfortable to not only be able to compliment me, but insult me, but to feel comfortable doing it on this platform and not feel like you're going to, you know, get berated or blocked or banned because you don't go along. That's powerful. That's free speech power. That's like legit, like a different form of news media power, like unbiased stuff. Carlos Montenegro steps in big and said, Klaus, where's your website with deposit wallet? I don't know why you want to make YouTube rich. You know, I try to do things just a little bit differently on this channel. I totally appreciate like all the support, and Carlos and everyone else. Thank you so much for this. But like I'm not trying to make this like a crazy money grab where I'm trying to sell you crazy unrealistic expectations just to like use you for views and like as my own personal piggy bank. That's not cool, man. Like you can't do that. So feel free to agree with what we say on the channel. Feel free to disagree. Feel free to rip on me all you want. Feel free to praise me all you want. It is all good in this hood. You know what else is good? Bitcoin sitting at 43,271 ETH, 2350. Come on. I'm seeing the comments. I know some of you are going to get back into this next ETH pump. XRP sitting at 50.4. We're going to look at that interesting stats. So, like I said, check it out. Would you have thought that there was some, outage when they're up 1.5% here? No, not so much. So, let's take a bigger look. XLM 10.8. All right, cool. Justin, Solana network to stop processing transactions due to an outage. Okay. Solana suffers major outage again. Engineers work on resolution. Sol was down 3% after the news broke. Yada. Check it out, right? It was down. Look, you saw some volume step in there. Very short-term lived. Look at that. That volume bought the dip, girlfriend. That volume was some people buying that dip. And I'm not talking about like the influencer shilling you crap by the dip. This was people playing this, looking to get out and get some short action. Why? Because short interest went up. Now, what's interesting about that is going to be able to show you how to look for all this stuff. Juicy stuff, but let's keep learning. Okay, so Sol Token was down 3%. We know it rebounded. Solana blockchain hadn't suffered an outage like this one since February of 2023 when the network was halted for 18 hours and 50 minutes. Okay. I mean, look, okay, from like a news standpoint, I get that this is a concern. Is it something really to be worried about? All right, let's have some laughs. Let's have some laughs first, and then we're going to learn more. Remember, this is a news channel. So we're about to find out who all the Sol haters are because they're about to come out with FUD and start LARPing away. And dude, for real, some of these are pretty funny. Check out this one. Solana with the on-off switch. You said Solana network. I said Solana not work. Not bad, okay? Who was to blame here? The Sultan of Solana? Not really too relevant. Bigger channel than I do. I mean, that's what happens, I guess, when you tell people what they want to hear rather than news. Well, here's a good one. Lady of Crypto says, and for those of you that have kids watching right now, this is my friendly reminder to tell those kids to earmuff it. You've been warned. Solana goes down on me more than my girlfriend. Giving this a fucking like. We're going to share this. We're going to quote this. Yeah, we're going to tweet live as I'm doing. It's going to say, well said. What about Steak and BJ Day? Yeah, look it up. Ha, it's a real thing. Have you tried turning it on and off again? I remember all the times when, you would call tech support because your cable wasn't working. They're like, did you power your cable box on and off? Okay, cool. At this point, Solana outages are actually bullish events. Well, look, it allows people to get in for the short-term action. And that's my segue into this. Short-term, long-term ratios in terms of positions. I've got it. You want to see it. Let's talk about it. All right, I've got XLM up on here. You can pick a whole bunch of them. Let's just start off with Bitcoin. All right, we'll just start off with Bitcoin just so I could show you what the standard looks like. And I don't mean like the standard usage, but you know how like when we compare things, we'll compare like XLM to Bitcoin, right? That pairing, we'll compare XRP to Bitcoin, ETH to Bitcoin, stuff like that. And we know in terms of market cap, right? Let's be nice, everyone. Bitcoin is one of the big ones, dominating and all that kind of stuff. Okay, cool. So we're good with all that. So now let's look at Bitcoin and take a gander. It's pretty 50-50. Sorry, I had to turn the lights down just a little bit. They were a flickering. All right, so it's pretty much like 50-50. Yeah, some of these exchanges like BingX, you're seeing a little bit more in the long than the shorts. Some of them you're seeing a little bit more in the shorts than the longs, like in BitMEX and so forth. But you could actually see which exchange and the amount of money where these positions are rifling to. So for instance, right, if there's a small position here that's only going to be 7.22 in the short-term position, right, it's not going to hold as much weight as something that's 3.65 billion, okay? So when you look at this data, make sure you're looking at its weighting, okay? You want to look at its weighting relative to the whole. So make sure you're looking at this far right column. All right, let's swing it on over to XRP, where you can actually see you've got more long interest than short. What's interesting about this is you can even see on certain exchanges, there is much more action along. Now, check it out, though. Look at the dollar amounts. 422,000. That's nothing compared to 74 million. So kind of have to keep that in play. All right. Let's look at another one. Let's look at XLM. Right. Let's see how XLM looks long versus short positions, because that was one of them that we had in the old thumbnail. Okay. So now, real quick, you saw what happened. Bigger short positions. Right. Look at this CoinX. Okay. Now, granted, 48,000. I don't know about that, girlfriend. 6.62 million. So more long position, right? Favorability here with the higher weighting of money. Now these shorter ones like DYDX, that's a 43,000 compared to 6.62 million. That's not going to do shit in terms of the math behind it. This one is at 48,000. That's not going to do shit behind it. So just make sure that you look at the weighting of it, okay? If something is like in the millions, it's going to carry much more thunder than like a $5,600 short position. Like what is that going to do? Like this, don't even waste my time with that kind of shit. So let's keep learning, okay? Now, I've got some XRP long and short statistics. This is really interesting because this has given us the aggregated long and short account ratio. Look at over time how it has gone up. Look, check it out. We start over here on the far left, right behind my head. We're at 1.5. We're rolling on up to 2.76. So definitely more longs, right? I mean, that is a pretty strong percentage increase. And I've got this since December of 2022. In one of these side notes, when it comes to long and short positions, what it helps to is to chart the trend, okay? It's always something to take a snapshot of now. But what about 4 weeks ago? What were people thinking 8 weeks ago? What were people thinking 8 months ago, a year ago? Make sure that not only are you looking at snapshot data right now, but you're taking a longitudinal look at it to see if things are favorable in the long term, right? Or if they've got that more bearish trend on the long term. I know that seems very simple, but it's just one layer in this piece that you have to put it all together with. And what I mean by that is this video right here. This is macros, okay? This is all about the layer of macros and how money flow ties in to the price action of crypto. Combine that with long and shorts interest over time, starting to put the pieces together.